are you?
Well, I was just sitting here this morning looking out my window, thinking about change. And I think there's probably one thing in our life that's constant, and that is change. Now, I was probably pondering it a bit, because obviously today's question is, what do you want or need to change? And I was just thinking about all the change that's happened to me since this time last year, since Valentine's Day. And it's been monumental. Clients, new jobs, new homes, new states, new wonderful relationship, new people in my life, the loss of some old significant people in my life, some significant people in my life who are still in my life, but just in a different way. Change is constant. And so I was pondering today's question, what do you want or need to change, in a little bit of a different manner. And it's, as you listen to these shows and you hear me ask these questions, I would urge you to do the same. I mean, don't just think of the question on the surface. Apply the question to your life and what's going on in your world. Heck, apply any of the information I try to share with you here in your own way. I think one of the greatest lessons I was able to learn was from Bruce Lee as almost a preteen, if I remember correctly, but certainly as a teenager, when he put out the Tao of Bruce Lee, or what, maybe he probably put it out long before I read it, but certainly after I read it in that original copy, was the fact that he spent his life learning, and realized change was inevitable. But he applied all the good parts of what he learned to his world and discarded the useless ones. And, he even recognized the fact that sometimes it was useless today, but a month from now, he was able to use it as his world changed, his life changed, his art of martial arts changed. So, apply the questions in your own way. Modify them to your own way. Listen to the information here. Listen to the other information that's out there. Read books, magazines, go to seminars, and absorb what's useful for you and apply it to your world. And here I am. I'm minutes into this, and I haven't even introduced myself. Hey, it's me, Tracy the Ace Brinkman. Welcome to another episode of Your Success at Last. DNA from YourSuccessAtLast.com, giving you that motivational oomph that you're going to need every single day, handing you those inspirational building blocks to help you get what you need to get done. Just kind of jumped right in there with you today. It's kind of the mood I'm in. I wanted to chat with you today about deepening your relationship by having fun together. As I mentioned, I'm in this wonderful relationship, and we have lots and lots of fun together. And here's the thing. While maintaining your own sense of individuality in your relationship is important, don't get me wrong, it is important. I want you to enjoy the time you spend together with your loved one, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever your significant other is, because that time spent together is the glue that's going to hold your relationship together, right? It's going to, actually, it'll probably even be the shovel that deepens it. See, most people want to be around those that they have fun with. Yeah? And keeping those good feelings flowing is going to strengthen those loving bonds that you have and literally pull you closer together. So, having a good laugh, doing something quirky, seeing something odd, sharing a new experience, and being spontaneous in all this builds a relationship that's enjoyable, as well, let's be honest, as well as enduring. So I want you to make a goal each day to bring fun into your relationship, whether it's just tickling or saying silly jokes or doing whatever's fun for you. Fun is different for different folks. I'm lucky enough to have someone in my world, hello Diane, that likes doing the oddities, likes seeing those funky little things on the side of the road, abandon this, and what the heck is that, and why did they build this, and what's the history about this place. And it's just, for us, it's fun to do these things. Actually, she's went out and bought some books about the area I've moved into so we can read about some of the history together and go explore these places. Fun, hello, all right? So I want you to try some of the ideas I want to give you to infuse a little merriment, a little joy, a little Santa belly jiggling laughter into your time together. Oops, I need to learn to turn my alarms off, don't I? All right, so number one, plan a day and even play hooky together, right? Schedule to take a day off from work or whatever tasks you may have and rediscover your love. Learn to frolic in your relationship by spending the entire day alone together, right? Behave as if there was no one else in the world, because really, in your heart, there isn't, is there? Right? But look into each other's eyes and feel that passion. See the person you're in love with inside there. Yeah? All right. During the holidays, I know they just passed by, but think about it. We got Easter coming up. We got if you have kids, you have a summer holiday coming up. So their holidays are ahead of us. It's not just Christmas, but during the holidays, do fun and do silly binding things together. Take advantage of unique opportunities that come around the holidays and enjoy some giggling, enjoy some levity, have some good times. I mean, dress up for Halloween as, I don't know, Frankenstein and Mrs. Frankenstein, right? Whoever. And go out as Desi and Lucy Arnaz, right? On Independence Day, both of you wear red, white, and blue, right? And serve only foods that are red, white, and blue, right? You'll be giggling at each other trying to come up with the red, white, and blue foods. You'll have fun picking out the outfits. You'll have fun wearing them, right? It just pulls you together, all right? Sharing silliness really enhances that emotional intimacy that's so important to loving relationships, all right? Here's a classic. Have a picnic. Pack some food, get some drinks, take off to a nearby park. Look, it doesn't have to be elaborate, right? You don't have to go out and get the basket and have the big bottle of wine and the fancy glasses, right? Just something simple for lunch that you can munch on while you're talking. There's something a lot of folks don't do anymore. Just talk and savor the wonders of everything that's around you. Nature, the trees, the grass, the air, the birds flying around, okay? Have a picnic like this. I would even go so far as say every month or two, right? As long as the weather permits. And heck, the rain's not entirely a bad thing, right? Encourage you to get out together and just do these little silly things that you just kind of bond together. I think in all of this, it really kind of helps you personally too, because you rediscover your playful side. This is little things like, and I do this, I love doing this one, holding hands. So simple, right? Remember when you were a kid? I've talked about this not too long ago. When you were a kid and you were holding hands with your first girlfriend, your first boyfriend, that little giddiness you feel inside. Holding hands while you're shopping or taking a walk just pulls you closer. Sharing jokes at dinner. Laugh out loud, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not just talking LOL in the text world. Laugh out loud. Who doesn't feel drawn to a person that makes them laugh? Who doesn't feel drawn to a person that laughs with them? Remember when you used to play games together and see when you first started dating, right? Remember that? You played these silly little things. You were free to be silly together. Okay, I don't care if you've been together a year or 20 years. You can still be silly together, right? Have a canasta tournament. I don't care what it is. Play Monopoly or Trivial Pursuit or Risk. Just delight in a new pastime or revive an old one. Schedule a special dinner, right? And even schedule a dinner or a lunch or that picnic to plan your next vacation, your next little getaway. See, this way you can share special feelings of excitement and anticipation, right? They can see, wow, they really want to be with me. If you're planning a trip to, I don't know, anywhere, it could be Mexico, it could be Atlanta, it could be Chicago, it could be some convention that's coming up you both are interested in. If you're going to do that, hey, let's back off for a second. If you're planning a trip to Mexico, maybe you go sit down at a Mexican restaurant and plan it there, right? That way you're kind of in the mood. Do everything you can to make your vacation planning talks special and pleasurable and enjoyable, okay? You'll feel even more drawn to one another as that vacation time approaches. And as it approaches, talk about it. Share your excitement. Don't, and guys are really bad at this. Don't hold it all in. Yeah, I'm really excited about going. Wow, really? How much excitement do I feel from that? But if you keep telling them little things like, yeah, I thought about we could do this while we're there, do that while we're there, or just drop little hints. She'll love that. All right, last two, or actually last three. And this is a tough one for me. Avoid television one evening. And maybe even make it a scheduled time. Avoid television one evening weekly. See, when you refrain from watching TV just one evening a week, it kind of opens up so many possibilities to bond and to have fun. Discuss how you could spend that extra time together. You'll discover more ways and more things about your partner and what they enjoy. And I would even go so far as gentlemen, and I'm gonna point to the gentlemen. Just do it, all right? Think to yourself, maybe even don't even plan it if you haven't done it yet. Just when you get home, you're having dinner, and it's you go through you get into your normal routine. You go sit down on the couch and turn on your favorite program or to watch a movie. Turn it off instead. Watch her eyes. Now, don't turn off her favorite program. Now, that could be a bad idea, but you get where I'm going with this, right? Turn the TV off and just look into her eyes and say, you know what? Just want to spend some time with you. What would you like to do tonight? Or already have a plan in your mind. Hey, this is what we're going to do tonight. It could be escaping to the bedroom. Okay, let's not avoid that topic, right? I'm going to keep it G-rated, but let's be honest. All right. Maybe it's escaping into a book and you read it out loud to her. Maybe it's escaping into a discussion. All right, talk, whatever it is. All right, last two. Play your favorite music, or when you hear a song, dance. Dance if no one's watching, because you know what? For the most part, no one is. I'm willing to bet you got an MP3 player loaded with music that you love. Turn it on and dance. Grab her in your arms or arm around her waist and just sway if that's all you do. Whatever you do, whatever kind of dance you do, dance. Most people find dancing to be one of the most physically intimate things, and they're fun activity. It's a fun activity to do together, right? Remember back in high school or in grade school, going to that Sadie Hawkins dance, right? Finally getting her to dance with you. What was your favorite dance? The slow dance. So there it is. And even the fast dances were fun. So you'll definitely start connecting more emotionally and even physically when you dance. All right? Guys, surprise her. Girls, surprise him. If he's in a room doing something, click on a song, walk up to him, grab him, and start dancing. He may look at you like you're silly at first, but let him open up. And lastly, experience the occasional intellectual pursuit together. I love this one. All right, a spirited discussion about something in the news that you passed by, that you've talked about, is going to expand your mind while you delight in your partner's opinion. All right, you guys can have varying opinions. It's going to happen. That's cool. That's the cool thing about being the yin and yang to each other. You may think one thing and he thinks the other, and you may think another thing and she thinks that. Talk about it. Have fun with it. Think about, oh, that's kind of silly. Or here's what usually happens. Wow, I never thought about it from that perspective. And you're actually opening up your mind at the same time. Isn't that part of why you guys got together in the first place? Because you worked well together? You'll learn something new about your partner, and you might even be a little bit inspired. All right, here's the thing. As you focus on taking pleasure, that's what it's all about, right? Giggling, having a good time, taking pleasure in your partner's company. Think about how you're forging deeper, stronger, more loving connections. And truly listening to the person that, God willing, or whoever you believe in, is the love of your life. Ensuring that you have fun together is going to deepen your relationships in so many more ways than you can think of. All right? So I'm going to leave you with, tomorrow we're going to talk about fostering a loving relationship. I know I'm beating this one to death. But tomorrow it's going to be about fostering a loving relationship with your children. All right? With that, I'm going to leave you like I always do. Think successfully. Take action. Talk later. Bye-bye.